Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird, back with a new Steel Division 2 cast for you today. Season 3 Steel Division League Division 1. On the left hand side we have Shaun playing the 2nd Infantry Indian Head on balanced income, and on the right hand side in blue we have AmberT playing pod for Group of Viborg on balanced income. So I've seen AmberT take a couple of different incomes. I think he is a little bit flexible with his income, and this time he's chosen balanced to face off against Shaun. Balanced against balanced. Let's have a look at the decks and see what we have in store for us today. On the left hand side we have Shaun, he's playing the 2nd Infantry Indian Head. We have the Ranger Marauders in that recon tab. They have the bazookas, they can go behind enemy lines and try and get some nifty kills. We have the A-Phase Basics. They are a pretty decent squad despite the name being Basics. They aren't a bad infantry squad. We have assault groups, and then rifles kind of finishing things off for Shaun. Only 73 units, so very few units for a balanced player, and I've been noticing that more and more with Shaun's play at the moment. The infantry, it isn't massive numbers that Shaun brings out despite being on that balanced income. So we have 33 Shermans. The Shermans to look out for are the M4A1 Rhinos in C phase. They have the thicker armor, if I believe I'm correct there. We also have some Ranger T30 HMCs. It'd be interesting to see how they do early on. And the Commander, notice a recent change in the game. Commanders are now more expensive. Wow, the game's underway, so I'm going to have to be very quick. We've also got the Hellcats in B phase. They are very fast, and we'll see how they are used, and lots of P47Ds in the air tab. Let's have a look at AmberT's deck. He is playing pod for Group of Viborg. These don't get very many infantry, but actually, to say this is a division with not much infantry, he actually has more infantry than Shaun. And they also get the Churchills. I cannot wait to see them out on the battlefield, and lots of IS-2s. 12 IS-2s in C phase he has, 3 in B phase and 1 in A phase. So what's that? 16 IS-2s in total. Hopefully that was quick maths. And then some Hurricanes in the air tab, along with some LA-7s, PE-2s, a real mix of aircraft. And the IL-2KR, which is a particular favourite in amongst the pros at the moment in the meta. Lots of people saying it's just too powerful right now, but we'll see how it goes. So on the right hand side in blue we have AmberT playing Group of Viborg on balanced income, and on the left hand side in red we have Shaun playing the 2nd Infantry Indian Head on balanced income. A couple of early losses for Shaun actually. Looks like 2 units of infantry lost down south, and a unit of infantry lost here, and a HMC. So early losses to Shaun from these ZIS 3 guns that AmberT's brought out, and I'm not sure Shaun expected that early on. Up on the northern side, and the well fought over area, looks like Shaun is making somewhat of an advance with rifles, backed up by the Rifles leader and the Rangers T30 HMC. As well as more rifles in the center, everything 3-star, so he has opted to bring in the Commander early on at that more expensive price, although that doesn't seem right. The Commander's 125 points, so a bit of a weird bug there. Yeah, not sure why that is. In comes an early P47D, looking to take care of these ZIS 3 guns. They've just done a stellar job for AmberT so far. Really hurt Shaun on this southern side, although in terms of flags gained, I mean, AmberT may gain this southern one, but actually, you know, he already had this one under his control, so he's not really gained flags down there, but he has definitely really hurt Shaun's forces early on. Up in the north, Shaun is making a concerted push. This is the flag that he's gained. He's at a 1311. Here are the Ranger Marauders. They're sneaking up. It's a possible T26E kill, and I would not be surprised if that Ranger Marauder gets that kill pretty quickly. Shaun actually moved it slightly away there, and the flamethrowers are actually going to engage. Shaun's clearly not noticed, and these yes, now they move forwards, and I expect a Ranger Marauder kill any minute now. There goes the bazooka, there goes the kill. So the Ranger Marauders come in handy in the first 3 minutes of the game. Rifles have pushed forwards, although they have taken lots of kills, and actually we have that early IS-2 onto the field for AmberT, and he's brought it up north to help himself out in the city. So it's a shame there's no Ranger Marauders in here right now to get behind the lines and take out the IS-2. AmberT has to be careful of the 2nd Infantry. They have a hell of a lot of bazookas on their or in their division. At least that's how it feels. Maybe not so many in the 2nd Infantry compared to the 3rd Armoured. The rifle leaders definitely get them, and he does have a rifles leader in there. I think that's what he's pushing for right now. He's pushing them forward. He's trying to get that rifles leader into position to take the IS-2 kill, but AmberT just backs off, and the infantry there, the Strokey DP, finish off that rifle leader before it can get into place. But I see what Shaun was doing in there, and he was almost successful. 14-10 for Shaun now. He has kept hold of this flag, and he's picked up these 2 here up on the north. AmberT looks a little bit weak up here, actually. I mean, he's reinforced his centre town. He's definitely strengthened this area, and Shaun actually unloads his basics very far back. Did he know that PTRS was there? I'm amazed that he unloaded that far back, but it was totally the right thing to do, and look how he's pushing them forwards exactly into the position of that PTRS 41. I don't know whether he knew that was there or not, but if he did, man, that was an amazing memory. In comes the 1st Churchill 4 onto the battlefield. We do have an M1 gun that should line up against it, and that M1 gun can do a decent amount of damage. 115mm of penetration should be able to penetrate that Churchill 4. We'll have to see how that engagement works out down into the centre and the south. We do have a 26E coming through that very southern forest, but I don't really see AmberT pushing there. He's kind of going to prevent any reinforcements coming in from Shaun. The basics do move in. They don't have anything to take out that T26A. I think AmberT's going to be okay. Here comes the M1 gun. First strike at the Churchill. Does get a hit. The Churchill heavily damaged. Should get a kill. Yeah, armor crack on the 2nd shot. The M1 gun, very good anti-tank gun, and AmberT has taken some blows up north, and I would be worried if I was AmberT right now. If you get pushed off of this hill as a player on the right hand side of the screen, it can become incredibly difficult to get back up there. So AmberT, I feel like he has to be worried right now, but he's made a fantastic start in the south, and we'll have to see whether he does push down here. I mean, the IS-2 is up north, so it would be kind of detrimental to his play to push down south. When your main battle tank, the big boy on campus, is right up north. No commander in. Here it comes, the combat info AmberT, but he doesn't really have leaders here apart from the IS-2 either. So the IS-2 is going to get buffed up by that combat to oh no, the leaders don't get that veterancy increase, do they? It's just the soldiers under their command. Chernopidzeniki push into the forest, but the double flamethrowers are there to take care of things, and Shaun, you know, keeping them back, making sure that they're going to engage at the 100-meter range. Nothing really AmberT can do there. At least he knows there's flamethrowers in there. He must know there's not, you know, with a couple more squads or with the correct kind of infantry, he can take that position, but perhaps he just has Chernopidzeniki at his disposal. That's all he's bringing in for now. The IL-2KR is on the field, although I've not really seen it engaging much. Down goes the other ZIS-3 gun. AmberT has gained this flag back, but Shaun looks to be able to re-secure it, especially if this T26E does go down. The Sherman starts to advance on it, but is the IL-2KR, it's going to start strafing those basics, and yeah, a bit of a strange move from Shaun, pushing forwards that one infantry unit. on its own. I guess he wanted to know if AmberT had anything there, but it does kind of feel a bit strange making that push. More infantry up north for AmberT. Let's see how this goes. Can he resupply? Because Shaun has the flags, but he doesn't have a strong foothold up here. And there are a number of Cherno-Pidzanikis now entering the battlefield. P-47Ds is up from Shaun. It's not quite engaging the IL-2KR. We'll have to see whether that engagement does take place. 2 squads of Ranger Marauders up here into the north, and that is solely to target that IS-2. No rifle leader coming in though, so Shaun is losing the veterancy from his commander right now. And look at this push from the Cherno-Pidzanikis, followed closely behind by the BA-10Ms. And the number of infantry in here right now, I think AmberT is going to recapture this position. Looks like the IL-2KRs were chasing that P-47D, but no joy. He's going to have to retreat, and they should survive despite the fact it's a 3-star Bofors. I mean, he should survive with that IL-2KR. It's a very resilient plane. Yes, they do get out alive. Looks like the M4A3 did take care of the T-26 that was in here, and he's pushing forwards. Looks like he's going to secure himself a flag. He is going to come up against a Churchill 4, but both of these tanks can take each other out. We'll have to find out who's going to get the win in that engagement. A lot of action all across the map right now, and I think that's more Shaun than AmberT. AmberT has defenses all across the map, but Shaun is definitely pushing all across the map. Whereas down here in the south, AmberT's happy to just get, he's got the positions, he's just trying to hold right now. Whereas Shaun is on the attack. Oh, does lose some infantry to the PTRS-41. Engagement between the M4 versus the Churchill. Looks like the M4 might go down here, but we'll have to look at this heat shell coming in. No miss, and it does go down. Churchill wins the day, and AmberT resecures this whole central position. He could have been in trouble there. The M4A1 should not match up to the Churchill 4, and AmberT does establish control down here. The 2 basics trying to advance on the Ognamachiki are being hit by the T-26Es of AmberT. Can they make it through? I think the flamethrower... Oh, they do spot the Ognamachiki outside of the 100-meter range, so they are able to open fire, but they are constantly being hounded by this T-26E. Down here on the south, the M4 is engaging the Churchill, but tries to back off, but it's too late. The Churchill does get the kill, but the basics pick up the kill against the Flamers in there, and oh, that last shot from the T-26E forces them back, and AmberT will likely hold this position. Back up here on the north, the IS-2 is kind of well out of position. I'd be interested to see if AmberT would move it further south, but actually he has completely recaptured this hill. But yeah, the IS-2 is well out of position right now, and AmberT just keeps backing it away and away, and I guess it has angles up onto this ridge, but it would be much better kind of down here, at least firing onto this reinforcement zone. And if Shaun wasn't careful, if he didn't bring his units in the right path, then you know, it's potential for it to get some kills. So we do have some basics engaging the Cherno-Pidzanikis. AmberT does have the armor advantage down or up there on the north though, and a P-47D coming in to target the Cherno-Pidzanikis. There is a 3-star Zenot 37 there as well. In fact, 2. And he's not got his second one inside that radius of the Strelki Komroti. In comes the IL-2KR. It was going to chase the first P-47, but it's forced back before it can turn on the second one. And we do have an off-map into the field. I'm imagining he might target the AA here actually, because he has just pushed through this kind of central hill. May well drop it on this position as well. We'll have to find out what Shaun does with that off map. The basics still in there, But eventually, oh, in fact, the IL2KR is going to come in now, and I think he's going to clean up those basics. AmberT kind of holding this southern position from the skies, although he does have that Churchill, or both Churchill 4s backing him up. So here we have the P47D of Gabby, and look at that beautiful skin. He's chasing that IL2KR. Will he be able to get a kill here? Looks like he is on the back of it, and these things do have some fantastic armament. Oh my days, a double kill. Where did that LA7 come from? Wow. Double kill there. So the P47D did take down the IL2KR, but the LA7 just came round on the back of it. Where did it come from? Obviously we weren't quite capturing that, but AmberT, I think, does manage to get the better trade there. I mean, the P47Ds are much more costly than the IL2KR, so AmberT does get the better trade in that circumstance, and he does pick up the forest with the Sturmoviki rocks. That's what I was talking about earlier, about getting better infantry to engage in that heavy forest. He just needed, you know, infantry that could take on the flamers. The Chernopizaniki wouldn't be able to do that on their own. 2 Sturmoviki rocks, all he needed. In fact, one of them was probably going to be enough, but he does retake it and does recapture that flag, and the flag in the central northern position, back to a 12-12 overall. And actually Shaun's in a little bit of trouble here, because if these basics go down, this flag is going to be lost. There is another unit of rifles on the way, but what's to stop AmberT from pushing? And there's just nothing in the center. In fact, there's 2 flags here open for the taking from AmberT. And if he commits to a southern push as well, oh, there is an M4A1 heading in now, and I think Shaun has realised that if AmberT commits to a southern push, there isn't much he can do to stop him. But both players are focusing on the northern side. I don't think that M3OP has dropped any ordnance yet. Oh, potentially this is it. Is this the off map? Surely it must be. Yeah, this is the off map up here on this northern side. So Shaun, I think, is this Shaun's off map? I mean, it must be, but he has just hit his own troops there. So I think maybe an unfortunate placement for him, but he did win the position. Another strike from that IL2KR coming in here. Very strong planes right now. It's a shame I can't bring up the information panel to tell you the price. I think they're around about 65 points. And they are very very cost effective. Shaun just holding on to that northern flag, but it's tough to say whether he can hold it over time. It really is. And AmberT's got an off map of his own in now. I suspect he's going to drop right on this position. In fact, yeah, we are on a different patch now, so yeah, that'll be why I didn't see any off maps being planned. We are on a different patch, so when that happens, and when I watch replays, or when we cast replays from the... Oh no! Tell a lie. We do have the off maps. AmberT just hadn't placed it in time. Oh, it looks like the rifles leader, I think, was pushing forward, trying to get the kill on the Churchill 4 with that bazooka, but it was just caught there by the Chernopizaniki. And AmberT, I think, when he notices he should be backing off that Churchill 4, because it's in a dangerous position right now. Very dangerous position. A lot of infantry coming up north. Stroke is from AmberT. Shaun does just hold the central flag, and he's now bringing up M1919, supported by the Bofors, to help out against those IL2KR strafing runs. This 3-gun opening up on the rifles, and Shaun's really having a bad time down here on the south. AmberT definitely has destroyed so many units on this southern side. And here's AmberT's off map coming in up on the north. Pinned down a hell of a lot of units. We have Strokies on the way. Kind of surprised he didn't push those Strokies further. He might reallocate them. Shaun does drop off map on the AA here. I mean, it's a decent call, but you know, it's not going to gain him any territory. It is going to give him valuable, well, potentially it's going to give him valuable kills, valuable point scores, but it's not actually going to gain him any territory. And AmberT likes to play this group of Viborg. And he's having a lot of success with it. Seems to be one of the only players to be having success in competitive 1v1 with group of Viborg. And I think that's down to how careful he is with these IS-2s. He's been incredibly careful. Oh, saying that, there is a range of Marauders right here. If Shaun hops them forwards into the next building, wow, look at this off-map down here though. The leader unit does go down as well as the AA. Here comes the Ranger Marauder. First bazooka, oh, doesn't get the kill, but is he going to reload in time? Yes, gets the second bazooka off, does get the kill, and that's a big kill for Shaun. I was literally just about to praise AmberT for how careful he is with his IS-2s, and I feel like his strategy is to be conservative early on, and then just build up a number of IS-2s to the point where it almost becomes unstoppable. Maybe I'm wrong, we'll find out, but that's what seems to be the case. Lovely little action here from Shaun. The way he's brought these assault groups sort of down the valley and across and up to this position. Beautiful little movement there, and actually they're covered, you know, the majority of the way, depending on what the enemy has around this area. But I really enjoyed watching that little movement there. Nice little flank through the valley. And the assault groups are into place. They do have the Thompsons and the grease guns. Let's watch these in action up against Sturmoviki rocks. Oh, in comes some mortars, but I think it's Shaun's mortars. And he's mortaring his own troops here. Has reordered them correctly, but the infantry is forced back before they can really hurt the units. Those mortars were on target the second time thanks to the radios that come in on the 60mm mortars. They do have radios, at least the 107s do. I thought the 60mm did as well. It may just be a bug with the card. And has Shaun unloaded all of his assault groups? Did one of them go down there? Because he's got 3 half tracks and I only saw 2 assault groups, so not maybe one of those assault groups did go down. Shaun has recaptured the flag, but we have an IS-2 in the center, and what can Shaun do against this IS-2? He's got to call on, I don't know, does he have an air force to rely on? He does, but they're all in C phase. He has P-47Ds with those anti-tank rockets. He has 8 of them. Not even enough for, you know, to match the IS-2's 1-for-1. But he only has them in C phase. So will that be enough to stem the tide against these IS-2s? Because AmberT is going to run rampant in this central area. At least, well, no. We are now in C phase. We are now in C phase. So Shaun may bring in those P-47D rocket planes to target that IS-2. I think if he did, the M1 gun could tackle the Churchill 4. But these two tanks in here are somewhat of a problem for Shaun right now. I really want to keep an eye on whether this P-47D does come in. Shaun opting for several mortars up on the northern side, so... Oh, and he has hit the AA there perfectly. There it comes. I heard it. I heard it. Sorry we didn't catch it, but the IS-2 does go down. But AmberT immediately orders a replacement. The IL-2KR on the tail of that P-47D and does shoot it down. Does shoot it down. And the LA-7 gets the other kill as well. So 2 P-47s for 1 IS-2. AmberT will be very pleased with that result. again, trades go to AmberT. Shaun has the 13-11. He will win in 15 minutes time if he can hold on. But AmberT is trading very well, and I think if we look at the balance of play, AmberT's got enough on the southern side to definitely, yeah, equal up or possibly push down here. I mean, an immediate IS-2 replacement as well as a second one. I'm not sure whether Shaun's going to be able to combat that. I mean, it's gonna be tough. How is he gonna do it? How is he gonna do it? Because the air cover is enough. AmberT's hot on it with fighters, and looks like Shaun is beefing up his own AA. I think that's to try and help out against the enemy fighters, and he's gonna have to target that artillery with that AA with some kind of artillery. I mean, hopefully he can spot it. I wouldn't be surprised if these M19s can spot it. I mean, they should be able to spot an AA gun, a 37mm AA gun pushing through. Looks like a P-47D up north though to try and take down a couple of these tanks. But here we have the Air Force, the LA-7 backed up by the IL-2KR, and down goes another P-47D. Shaun is losing P-47D after P-47D, and I don't think he can afford to lose them this easily. An IS-2 into the centre now to support the infantry that's in there. I feel like the way that AmberT plays this deck, if you do not take him out early, I think you're going to be in trouble. The way that he seems to play this deck, I feel like the best counter against AmberT playing this deck is to go with Vanguard income and to really push him early on, because I think once he gets momentum up, 2 IS-2s here backed up by the 2 Zenot 37s, he's going to push the Ognamachiki forward just to spot what's there, and then the IS-2s are going to take care of them. The only way Shaun can really destroy AmberT is from the air, and AmberT has that backed up. He can't get bazookas in there, they're going to get spotted. The M1 gun, I mean, it's not enough. It's going to have to be like 500 meter range. He can't match them tanks for tanks. The Rhino, there's just no chance. It's completely outmatched. How is Shaun going to do it? It's got to come from the skies, but AmberT is really making Shaun pay. And AmberT does have the 13-11 now. I think Shaun has to utilise his artillery and try and just take out the infantry. I feel like maybe that's the only way right now. If he can take out AmberT's infantry, then maybe he can kind of control the ground by virtue of AmberT not having any infantry left. But Shaun doesn't have as much infantry as AmberT. But here come the mortars up on the northern side, as well as a P-47D bomber plane up there. Looks like he will get this flag back. I think he will get this flag back. Wow, no kill whatsoever. Here comes the Air Force, LA-7, just straight on the back. Immediate kill. Wow, and the IL-2KR is 65 points confirmed. That LA-7 has got so many kills right now, just straight onto the back. Shaun does pick up this central hill flag, but yeah, the IS-2 spots it by virtue of the Sturmoviki rocks and is able to capitalise. I don't think Shaun can hold that position. The 2 IS-2s in the centre finally take down the M19 19 MMG, and it's looking bleak for Shaun. I mean, it's 12-12. But it just feels like it just feels like this game is AmberT's for the taking, and unless AmberT really makes big mistakes, it feels like Shaun is in trouble, which we don't often see. But you got to hand it to AmberT. He is very good with this Viborg deck, and no one else seems to be using them. No one else seems to be getting the same kind of value out of Viborg as AmberT is. Look at this these T-34s. Just look at the way they're moving down this flank. Beautiful. And the rifles leaders do move across. Should be able to get the bazookas in. Shaun's going to have to take them off hold fire. He has to take them off hold fire. He's just moved them, so I'm pretty certain he will do that. I think he's waiting for them to pass. There they go. Yeah, first one goes down. The second one, we should have a bazooka in as soon as that reloads, although is it out of range? No. Oh, just gets it right on the edge of the range there. Oof. But notice how AmberT committed his T-34s. He did not commit his IS-2 there. You know, he's got it in that position, watching the reinforcement road. The two IS-2s in the south continue to dominate, being sat just in front of the Zenart 37 mils. Shaun does still have a 13-11. I mean, he's got 13 minutes. Oh, it looks like he's trying to mortar the IS-2 now. This actually could work because his mortars do have radios, so he can get the very tightly packed mortars, and they're basically 107mm shells coming down. So they're not, although we say they're mortars, they are 107mm mortars. So they're not tiny shells. And if you look at here, the kind of fall of shot, because they have those radios, is very the dispersion is not that great. So maybe that is Shaun's best way here. I think that's what he's decided. He's brought in another 107, I assume, on the southern side. Let's just have a look at his artillery tab. So he has 60mm mortars and 105mm howitzers. That doesn't look right based on what we can see on the ground. So I'm not sure exactly what's happening there. That doesn't look exactly correct, because we can see 107mm mortars, so I'm not quite sure. Oh, do you know what? I think there has been a patch change since this this match was played, and the ducks supplies have been taken off. Yeah, because there was a bug hit, or an incorrectly finished asset there. That has been fixed now, you'll be glad to know. But the duck supplies have been taken off the 107mm mortars, so as a result, the picture of the deck that I have is from the latest patch, and so they've been taken out because it's no longer the same unit. So they've been taken out of that deck that I have, but that's the reason anyway. That's the reason for the mix-up. So yeah, here come the 107mm. He is now targeting the Zenart 37s, although they do move slightly forward. I think he would have been better off just targeting the IS-2s with those mortars. Wow, a Rhino is engaging. I don't know whether Shaun is aware of that, but you wouldn't want him to engage. Maxim's brought in from AmberT. Up on the northern side, the infantry's slowly being beaten back, and I think AmberT's going to start to rely on Maxims now. Oh, in comes the P-47D attacks. 1, 2, 3 planes and no kills, and will one go down? I'm pretty certain. There goes one. The LA-7 is bound to, yeah, a little bit of micro, but AmberT unfortunately not able to swing him back around. So no IS-2s goes down, no IS-2 kills, one P-47D goes down, and Shaun has just been losing plane after plane after plane. But AmberT does now, it looks like he is going to lose that Zenart 37mm. But Shaun can't have too many P47Ds left at his disposal. I think we've seen at least 3, maybe 4 shot down. He only has 8 in total, and AmberT has 16 IS-2s. I think we've seen maybe 2 destroyed so far. So AmberT definitely has a hell of a lot. I mean, he could just bring in 4 IS-2s down here, and Shaun, I don't know whether he would do against it. AmberT has the 1410 now, and it looks like he's making a big push up north with the T-34-76ers, supported by Maxims, and after Michiki's on the way, and I think AmberT is going to make a decisive breakthrough up here on this northern side. The northern centre area looks in just so much trouble as well. Counter battery onto the 107 mils. The Bofors are perhaps... Oh no, they are far enough back. There is an off map here. AmberT doesn't know there's nothing in the area. But yeah, I mean, AmberT could just push forward now, and I think this would be game over for Shaun. I can't see how Shaun's going to rescue this game. He's 15-9 down now. AmberT has 12 minutes to hang on, and I think AmberT is going to get this. I don't think Shaun is going to come back here, and I think AmberT is going to pick off Shaun. Definitely not something I would have thought I'd be saying in Season 2. Well, not only because I don't think AmberT played Season 2, but also I think AmberT kind of was... He's definitely gone away. Oh. Down goes one of the IS-2s. And the other one has gone down as well, but will that yeah, down goes the P47D as well, this time to the IL-2KR. So it's just loss after loss after loss of those P47s. Shaun has cleared the way in the south, but another IS-2 on the way, and I just have the feeling that as soon as it gets into, like, as soon as AmberT can afford the next one, he's going to have another IS-2 here. I reckon actually one maybe went down to the mortars that are constantly raining fire on this position. There was one go down there, one go down here. It looks like, I mean, there's so many mortar shells down here. It's definitely possible that those 107mm mortars did take down that IS-2. Ooh, bazooka in the center. Looks like it will. No, it doesn't take down those after Michiki. They'll load perfectly in position, and yep, AmberT picks up another flag here, bypassing the rifles, and another flag back here as well. 16-8 to AmberT. And what was I just saying a moment ago? I think I was mentioning that AmberT, I don't think he played Season 2. He was Division 1 in Season 1. He didn't have the greatest performance, and I think he kind of went away from the game in Season 2. But he's been playing again the last few months. I think he really likes the current meta. I feel like the current meta favours the Russian divisions, which might be a reason why AmberT likes it at the moment, because he is Russian, he's bound to play the Russian divisions, and just like I'm from the UK and I love to play the Scots and the 6th Airborne, it's only natural, really. But yeah, the Russian divisions, they are very strong at the moment. The Allied divisions are very strong, and I think we're going to see a lot of Allied versus Allied matchups. So you guys out there that hate mirror matchups, I'm very sorry. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. But I genuinely think we are going to see a lot of Allied versus Allied matches in this league. It's just the way that down goes that M4 to the IS-2, and here's the other one. I called it. but yeah, it was the right call to make. AmberT made the right decision there, so you know, it was expected. Shaun brings it back to a 14-10. He's got 20 minutes to maybe outlast AmberT, but I just don't see he's going to do it. I just don't see that he's going to do it. But yeah, we are going to see a lot of Allied versus Allied matchups. It's just the way the meta is right now. The Allies are very strong. They generally get cheaper infantry, and at the moment the cheap infantry is very powerful, despite the fact that it's cheap. And Eugen are working on it. They're working on the infantry combat kind of rehaul or rework, and the hope is they're going to deliver us a better experience after that comes out, and the meta will shift after that comes out. But I think AmberT has gone away. He's come back again, and he is very strong right now. He is playing very well, and yeah, I mean, Group of Viborg, it's considered one of the worst divisions in the game, so to see AmberT defeating Shaun with it is certainly a great success for him. I say defeating, I mean he's not actually beaten Shaun yet, but it certainly feels like he will do. Oh, look at these Hellcats coming in. I mean, these could take down the IS-2s, but they are paper thin. They could, look at the speed of them as well, they are so fast. And in come the P-47s, they are targeting the IS-2 up on the northern side. No kills, and will they go down again? And they survive, but Shaun has to just push them through and then hope to get them back again. I mean, no, the IL-87 is going to get on the back, surely. No, they do possibly survive. Oh, it's so tight. It's so tight. Yes, they do get out. And I think this one here may well get out as well, actually. He does have two LA7s right on his tail. Oh, he does go down at the very last minute. AmberT did just manage to get behind him. And that's another P-47D rocket plane down. And no IS-2 kill. He didn't get the IS-2 kill. Although he may have got it with a different unit, because I think there was sort of around here, wasn't it? I can't even remember where it was. Flamethrower is heading in for Shaun as well as rifles. Maybe he's not out of it yet, but he is 14-10 down. This off map could actually be pretty decent. Could be decent, and a mortar strike onto the Rozvedka there. Oh, AmberT's holding this flag with just one single Ognamachiki. Just so loose holdings of the flag, but the IS-2s just prevent anything from coming forwards. Oh, those Ognamachiki, they may well go down now with the mortar strike coming in. Shaun should pick up this flag here, but he's still going to need another one after it. Maybe Shaun isn't out of it yet. The Hellcats are charging forwards, trying to get the IS-2 kill. I think there's the IS-2 right down there. Will they be able to get it? I mean, just look at this battlefield. Oh no, down one goes to the T-34-76 up on the flank, and that is the problem with the Hellcats. Yes, they have a massive gun. Well, it's not even massive, it's a 76.2mm gun. Yes, they have a fantastic armor penetration, but they are paper thin. I mean, this BA-10M can take them out. You've got to be very careful how they're being used, because it could go down here. Oh, does just get the kill. The Hellcat is clearing face. Will it be able to take down the IS-2? That is the kill that matters. More tanks coming into the fray, and Shaun has picked up the flag. 13-11 to AmberT. If he can just take down this one Ognamachiki, maybe he can do it, but I think the rifles leaders have been spotted. Mortars again onto the Zenot 37. Shaun might not be out of this yet. 15 minutes left on the clock, and look at the number of rifles that are coming through here. If Shaun can make this breakthrough, maybe he can do it. I mean, I called this for AmberT a little while ago, but maybe actually there's more of a chance. Oh, a bombing strike. Is it going to land on the commander? No. Is going to land on the infantry here, although the commander's under a lot of pressure. That off-map did a big job because there were a lot of infantry in here, and there's not much infantry in there anymore. And I think this is Shaun's last gasp, last throw of the dice. The rifles are pushing forwards. Can the IS-2s take out enough of them before they get into position? There is a T-30, oh sorry, a KV-1S here as well. Oh, Shaun needs to unload these rifles. There is a PTRS as well. If it moves into position, it may be able to get the kills. One of them does just unload. IL-2KR comes in for the strafing runs. There is a Bofors here, which should force that. Wow, yeah, immediately forces it back. Immediately forces it back. And all these rifles, they're just driving out of the open. Shaun's desperately just trying to get the flags, and he knows he's going to lose truck after truck after truck, but he does pick up the flag, pulls it back to a 12-12. If only this Ognamachiki had gone down, he probably would have the 13. 11 right now. This is incredibly tight. Both players are on pretty much exactly the same number of tickets left. I think you still have to favour AmberT at this point, but Shaun has shown he's still got it in him. He still has the power. He still has the opportunity left. And M5 guns pushing in here. I think these are to take out the IS-2s. Is he going to be able to do it? This is hella interesting right now. Hella interesting. There's just so many tanks from AmberT, but little infantry and just so little of everything for Shaun. More mortars. Oh, does get the kill onto that Xenot. So will the P-47s come in? Yes, they do. Will he get the IS-2 kill here? Both of them onto one. He's stacking them up this time. Yes, there goes the kill. And in come the LA-7 to clean up. Down goes one. Will it be able to get on the back of the other one? I think the P-47s are just fast enough. It is now flying over the Bofors, and AmberT calls it back. So one IS-2 down, but another P-47D lost. Ooh, the M5 gun goes down there. I think that could have potentially dealt with the other one. Ooh, still 12-12. Shaun has an off map up here on the north. This is tight. This is tight. Shaun has pulled this back. This is tight right now. I still think AmberT has is the overall player that's more likely to become the victor, but this is much more tight, much more tightly contested right now. Ooh, the Razvedka get a nice kill onto the AT gun there. Just trying to move his marauders out the way, and the rifles will engage. Off map coming down up on this central hill. Smoke coming in from Shaun, and there is still a Hellcat in here. IS-2 moving forwards. The rifle leaders move over. I think Shaun's trying to capture the flag. AmberT back up to a 14-10. He has 30 minutes left on the clock. I think all of that infantry, I think that was Shaun's last roll of the dice. I don't think Shaun has anything left. I have a feeling he's out of infantry. I think that would have been everything. So I don't think... I think Shaun's exhausted his reserves. Oh, down goes the Hellcat. Down goes the rifle leader. And there's still 3 IS-2s up there. There's a lot. There are a lot of high value targets that Shaun needs to get rid of. More Hellcats charge into the fray. Look how fast they move. It's incredible. It looks like I'm playing on double speed, or we're casting on double speed. The way these Hellcats just zip onto the battlefield. I absolutely love these units. They are fantastic to look at. A couple of Hurricanes onto the battlefield now. Do strike down onto those mortars, and Shaun's lost a lot of them. Oh, there is the surrender. Finally, Shaun throws in the towel. 46 minutes, 19 seconds. Congratulations to AmberT. Commiserations to Shaun. AmberT picks up the victory. 5,900 kills to 4,500 losses, and a well-deserved victory, and a fantastic victory for AmberT as well. Gotta praise AmberT here. Made a great win with Group of Viborg against a very strong 2nd Infantry. I mean, 2nd Infantry are a top tier division right now. So, and Group of Viborg are not really considered top tier. But I think the map definitely favoured AmberT, especially down in that southern area. Really favoured him with those IS-2s. Let's have a look at the kills for AmberT. Oh, the early Zis 3 guns, remember that, all the way back, those early Zis 3 guns picked up a number of early kills, as well as the PTRS 41 really hurt Shaun in that southern side right from the start. The first IS-2 in the centre city, look, just one M4A1. Those IS-2s are so important, but very rare do they actually pay themselves off because they're so costly. But what can you do against them? You have to get rid of them. You have to get rid of them somehow. There's only so long in the game that you can avoid them. Oh, look at this LA7 here. There's no way I can pronounce his name, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 P47D kills, as well as the leader Gabby, and yep, ace in a day. What a result for AmberT with those LA7s. And just think, if Shaun could have kept these P47Ds alive, maybe he could have dealt with those IS2s. But just losing so many of them hurt him time after time after time. And yeah, AmberT won the Battle of the Skies for sure. Another 2 P47Ds go down to the Xenots. And look at this KV-1S. That did a reasonable job clearing up a lot of rifle units. I have a feeling they may have been in transports, and that was towards the end when Shaun made that massive rifle push. I mean, another IS-2, look, just one M1919 kill. But the fact that he had IS-2s on the field meant that Shaun had to fly those P47Ds to their death. And AmberT made up so much cash, so much value by destroying those P47Ds. A lot of the mortars went down towards the end. These SU-76s definitely took their toll. Another IS-2 here does make up a fair few kills. And I think that's probably about it for AmberT. The Hellcat there going down to the IS-2. Let's have a look. Let's see whether those Hellcats did get any big kills to supplement their big gun. Let's have a look. The yeah, just one P47D IS-2 kill there. I mean, just did not get value out of those P47Ds. Another one there, but another one there. But there was just so many IS-2s in that deck. 16 IS-2s. The M18 did get that IS-2 kill there. In fact, let's check how many IS-2s did Shaun actually get rid of. This might be interesting. Let's have a look. So here goes one to the Ranger Marauders. That was the first one, I believe. We have to wait a while. Here's another one to a P47D. Another one to another P47D. Another one. That's 4. 5 to the Hellcat. 6 IS-2s went down in this game, so AmberT had 10 IS-2s left at his disposal at the end of the game. And that is the strength of Group Viborg. Yeah, they've got very little infantry, but man, they have a lot of IS-2s. Congratulations to AmberT. Hopefully you've enjoyed this cast. Hopefully it was a good one, and I don't think people would have called a victory for AmberT at the start of this cast, so congratulations to him. Please subscribe if you've not subscribed, if you're enjoying these casts, and no mention of the time limit today, so don't worry. I got the message, guys. I got the message. And yeah, make sure you do click that subscribe button, head into the description, check out the links to my Discord and Twitch. Play Steel Division 2 on Twitch. I also play a lot of Command Modern Operations on Twitch, and yeah, definitely a good time, so come check it out. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I am AngryBird. I will see you next time.